is worried about you.
Oh my God! We need a paramedic. He had multiple stab wounds. The parking garage on 10th and Van Ness.
He's been stabbed.
Yes, I think he's dead. And he said my name. He's right over here. What? I'm telling you, he was right here.
Anything?
Captain, I'm not a rocket scientist, but I think I know whether or not there's a body in the room.
Hey, here you go.
Thanks.
So listen, I gotta file a report here, you understand, right? This man you saw, he was what, medium build, about 30 years old?
Maybe 35. He was wearing boots and a cowboy shirt.
And he had a knife in his chest.
Yeah. And a screwdriver in his ear.
Flathead or Phillips head. Sorry. And this guy, he called you by your name.
Yep.
I mean, did he say anything else?
Douglas is worried about you.
Douglas is worried about you. Who's Douglas?
Douglas was my father's name.
Well, where's he now?
He's been dead for 20 years.
Luminol tests are negative. There is no sign of blood.
Well, maybe whoever killed the guy cleaned up.
In 2 minutes and got rid of a body? Even you couldn't do that.
Miss Preminger?
Oh, Sharona. Thank you for coming. I wanted to talk to you in person. Are you really dropping my class?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Well, was it something I did or said?
Oh, no. You've been great. I just have some personal issues.
Sharona, promise me that you will continue to write. You have such a unique voice, and I don't say that to everybody. I mean, that essay you wrote about your father. I cried when I read that.
Thanks.
Well, if you go to the registrar's office, you might be able to get a partial refund on your tuition. Sharona? Sharona, are you okay?
There's somebody outside the window.
Where?
You know, I'm just really tired. Thanks for everything.
You're not crazy.
What?
You are not crazy.
You might want a second opinion. This man's not exactly an expert on not crazy. Why didn't you tell me he thinks he's Kojak? A friend has an obligation to tell another friend when somebody thinks he's Kojak.
Sorry.
What is all this paper?
It's scrap paper. I use it for packing.
Well, it's all crumpled now.
It's supposed to be crumpled. He's not on meds. Honey, he was made for meds. Hey, let me do this. You talk to her.
I went back to the garage. I found a boot tip.
Kojak and I were very excited about that boot tip.
There is a shoe repair shop on Lark Avenue that replaced a tip on a cowboy boot last Monday. The customer's name was Denny Graff. Does it mean anything to you?
No.
Well, he's a security guard at the community college.
My college?
That mystery story that you wrote, The Fatal Recipe, what was the plot?
Well, it's about a woman who kills her husband and makes it look like a heart attack.
Mrs. Preminger canceled her class last night.
Because her husband, Max, died of a heart attack.
Right after he ate some tomato soup.
Oh my God, that's my story.
It's based on a real case when I was an intern. The tacolic acid in the tomato soup activates the poison. It's virtually untraceable. They stole my story. That's plagiarism.
Yeah, well, actually, it's murder. Did you keep a copy of the story?
What's going on? You okay?
Yeah.
This is Varla Davis. She's my new something.
How y'all doing? Are y'all pretend police officers too?
No, ma'am, we are real policemen. What's so important?
I'm not crazy.
It's true.
Uh-huh.
A woman named Meredith Preminger lives right there.
Uh-huh.
She's Sharona and Varla's creative writing teacher. And last night, she killed her husband.
Uh-huh. And it was Sharona's idea.
It wasn't? Well, in a way,
Here's what happened. A month ago, Sharona wrote a murder mystery about a woman who kills her husband using a virtually untraceable poison. The story was a blueprint for a perfect murder, exactly what Meredith and her lover were looking for. But they had a problem. If they stole her idea after he died, Sharona might become suspicious. Somehow, they had to discredit her in advance before the murder.
So nobody would believe her.
Exactly. So Sharona started seeing things.
Like dead people.
And losing things.
yeah, and they must have stolen the keys from my purse and made copies of them, and that's how they got into my house and moved everything around.
It's jungle out there, disorder and confusion everywhere. No one seems to care. Well, I do. Hey, who's in charge here? It's